On Tuesday, Mexican Congress was presented with what is allegedly the remains of 1,000-year-old aliens.
Whether aliens are real remains a burning question that has captivated men for millennia. Yet there are those mysterious encounters that have crippled the unbelief of many and have fortunately been caught on camera. Now, if you seek real-life evidence of aliens walking the Earth, here are 15 instances of aliens and UFO sightings that shocked everyone.
Look at this thing. It's rotating. My gosh.
Number 15. New alien body presented at Congress in Mexico. In September 2023, a Congress for UFO hearing was held for the first time after 50 years to discuss the numerous UFO reports that have been presented in recent times. And what happened next was never expected. Right there were presented two strange bodies of creatures claimed to have been uncovered from algae mines in Cusco, Peru in 2017. According to Jaime Maussan, these are not mummies, nor were they manipulated, but are bodies of otherworldly creatures. According to Mausan, carbon dating has shown that the body is about 1,000 years old, with X-rays revealing that one of the creatures had an egg inside it. Although experts still need to analyze the bodies to find the truth, the claim that they belong to aliens is already a hotbed for debate, with scientists such as Julieta Fierro stating that it is all made up. Other scientists have also said the bodies look too human to be aliens. Here, it's easy to understand why these doubts arise, as Mausan is known to have a history of mistaking human remains for alien bodies in the past. We do not yet have all the answers to this mystery, so it remains potential evidence of the existence of extraterrestrial beings. What do you think? Number 14. Aliens in UFO. On May 13, 2009, an event in Turkey shocked the world. Here, an Istanbul resident named Yulken Yalman was stargazing when he caught a strange sight around 3 a.m. sharp. From nowhere, the strange object appears right above the Sea of Marmara. It was strange enough that the object had the shape of a saucer, but that is not all. Its hovering above the sea for about half an hour allowed Yalman to zoom in on it, and what he saw caught him off guard. Looking closer at the object shows something that looks like a transparent window. This shows two figures piloting the object, and they look nothing like humans. The video has made rounds among scientists and experts, with no one knowing what to make of it. According to experts, the video is not manipulated. However, they are still determining if what was seen on the object was a transparent window to show the pilots. Doing this was not possible for telescopes at the time. Interestingly, this event is one of the numerous unexplained UFO sightings that currently weigh down scientists. Number 13. Dobby incarnated. Most times you would agree that the alien characters featured in movies are products of man's imagination, which reveals our innate desire to explore the world of extraterrestrial life and the unknown, which are plagued with many unanswered questions. But what happens when such fictional alien characters' thoughts to be imagined suddenly invade our reality in an unexpected event captured on camera? While you ponder the answer, we bring a real-life mysterious scenario involving a well-beloved mystical creature from the famous Harry Potter 6th film, Dead Hallows. Again, the mysterious scenario takes us to the household of Vivian Gomez, whose CCTV camera showed something disturbing frolicking around her driveway in the dead of the night. In the footage, we observe a world of peace suddenly intruded upon by the unknown, starting with a visible shadow, which soon introduces an elf-like creature into the scene. As it wanders around the driveway, the creature does not seem to be threatening in any form, but is having fun as it dishes out some strange dance moves, oblivious of the camera which captures it all. When sharing the video across social media platforms, the public could not ignore the striking resemblance of this creature with the amazing house elf named Dobby from Harry Potter's Death Hallows. It was clear how interesting this character was, as its death in the movie had left a hole in the hearts of fans. Thus, instead of the encounter in Vivian's driveway instigating fear, it brought back Dobby's remembrance with some excitement that the creature was back to life. According to one of the comments, Dobby was there to ensure the family was safe. But then, amid the excitement and widespread interest, not many people saw the events displayed in the footage as believable. Some comments point out the suspicion of the video being the product of brilliant video editing, and others have also brought up claims of noticing a second shadow at a point in the footage, suggesting that the whole incident is an elaborate joke on the public. However, experts did not fail to make comments at this point, stating that the video is real and shows no sign of editing. Number 12. The strangest orb. In the vast field of the unknown regarding extraterrestrial life, a strange phenomenon seems dominant in New York City, which has been reported repeatedly by the disturbed individuals who are witnesses. In this case, we focus our lenses on one of the strangest encounters of mysterious glowing objects captured in the sky in 2017. Featured in an article titled, "A Sidebar to the December 17th PCS," the story highlights the strange UFO sighting of Navy pilots in Southern California, which has become very disturbing. The objects display features that have never been seen before, and an example of this is their supersonic speed, which makes them invincible. In this category, the experience of a Navy pilot stands out after being shared on cable news networks. Here, he not only recounts his experiences, but also complains about the problems of stigmatizing and doubting those with this kind of encounter. Furthermore, in the CNN primetime program, Luis Elizondo, a former intelligence officer, states that there are strong reasons to believe we are alone. The good thing about all of this in the big picture is how not only one person holds this belief. It gets more interesting as Ralph Blumenthal, a Time story author, also speaks about the numerous UFO sightings and how the government seems to have a facility in Las Vegas where scientists study materials collected from these objects. These materials were described as some compounds not recognized by scientists, thus raising even more questions. Number 11. The Laguna Beach sighting. A recent example of a strange UFO sighting takes us to California at Ocean Breeze Park, where a video producer named Stevenson Street encounters something chilling in disguise. While having fun with his family, the weirdness of an object in the sky, looking like a whitish pickpin or tic-tac, caught Steven's attention. There was no denying the strangeness of this object, as it could stay static in the sky for over 30 minutes despite the winds, which is impossible for a regular aircraft. Stephen already knew something strange, so he captured the events on his camera and later shared them on social media. The video soon sparked comments from online viewers, with some believing that this was a UFO sighting. However, a counter-explanation soon arose, identifying the object as a coaxial drone employed by the West Fire Department to monitor the area for any fire issues. In the end, the event portrays the underlying desire for humanity to answer the long-standing question of whether we have neighbors in the cosmos. Number 10. 14. Glowing Carolina orbs. As the phenomenon of UFO sightings become very numerous in recent times, North Carolina has become a hot center for encounters like this, ranking the 29th state in the world with the most reported UFO sightings. Here, an average of 0.73 reports are collected from every 100,000 residents. Today, however, we focus on one peculiar encounter captured in the middle of North Carolina's Outer Banks by a man named Williams Guy from Indiana, who repairs Hurricane Dorian damage on Ocracoke Island for a living. Guy had posted a 31-second video that had sent shockwaves across the online community, calling the video a real UFO sighting.
All of a sudden, bam, what is that?
In the footage, we see something strange in the sky. It displays about 14 glowing orbs displaying a circulation spree over the water. While the recorder of the video himself believes that it is indeed a UFO sighting, not everyone seems to be on his side, as some speculate that this could result from a secretive military exercise in the region. Indeed, this argument is viable given that military facilities are nearby, located in eastern Carolina. Among the skeptics is Derek Chanal, a former Marine who also brings to the fore his familiarity with dropping flares during military exercises. Despite this, things remain complicated as the region's locals hold that they have never seen anything like what Williams recorded before. The debate about what these objects are remains till this moment, so feel free to share your opinion. Number 9. Pyramid-shaped UFO. In 2019, a shocking event happened, reminding us that our skies are busy and that they are not only accessible to us. We say this because a pyramid-shaped aircraft was captured in 2019 by the U.S. Navy personnel, thus leaving the public dropping their jaws. The captured tape released online shows 3 unidentified objects: a metallic orb, a mysterious sphere, and an object resembling an acorn. The video drew a lot of attention to itself when it was first released, but later died down. Recently, however, interest in the video has surfaced again, with the Department of Defense confirming the authenticity of the video, which is quite rare. The Pentagon also began by establishing the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force,
AP. I'm pleased to be joined by Mr. Scott Bray, the Deputy Director of Naval Intelligence, who will speak to the Navy's Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force
to investigate the phenomenon with promises of a detailed government report to be released by June this year. No one knows what the outcome will be, but it won't be too shocking if this means that the existence of extraterrestrial presence on our planet is true. According to the former intelligence director John Radcliffe, a trove of undisclosed sightings prevalent in our skies is the new reality. So even before any conclusion arrives, many have done the math for themselves and are convinced that we are not alone. Number 8. Alien in bedroom. For most alien encounters reported, the story of the reporters highlights 2 similar concepts of the encounter being accidental. However, in the realm of evidence concerning the existence of supernatural or otherworldly creatures, there are occasions whereby things become quite personal depending on where the encounter takes place.
Shoot! Just get out of the house! Get out of the house!
Such is the story of David of Pensacola, Florida, who encounters the most scary presence in his bedroom while asleep. Thankfully, however, his surveillance camera captures it all. It happened in 2006 at midnight when footage from his room showed that something had visited him in his bedroom in the dead of night. In the footage, you can see David fast asleep when a yellow light suddenly emanated from his door, and indeed what follows this shocked the whole world. After the bright light, we will see what looks like a humanoid peeking from the door before fully coming into view, displaying a very peculiar physique that was not human. The humanoid can be described as gray, slender, and tall, and was featured on History Television's program, The Proof Is Out There. The result of this was the curiosity of many hitting the roof about what the creature was and what it was doing in the bedroom of David. Here, the likes of Alexis Brooks believe that this kind of encounter is rare and only happens at most once in a person's lifetime. Number 7. Metallic flying orb. You wouldn't think that a rare phenomenon such as extraterrestrial objects may have a trend when invading Earth, but this is where the twist is. Recently, there have been numerous reports of metallic flying orbs coming in from every part of the globe and, as such, leaving NASA and the Pentagon in confusion. No one knows what their missions are. Still, these are the most common types of UFO sightings that have been recently recorded. About 100 of those types of reports are made monthly, some of them unexplainable. Now identified as unidentified anomalous phenomena, these metallic orbs have an independent panel of NASA investigating them.
Meanwhile, for the few objects that do demonstrate potentially anomalous characteristics, AARO is approaching these cases with the highest level of objectivity and analytic rigor.
According to Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, the director of the U.S. Department of Defense Domain Abnormal Resolution Office, these metallic orbs, famous among UFO sightings, do not pose any threat. They're usually about 1 to 4 meters in diameter and possess incredible capacity to maneuver in intriguing ways. They are also caught flying from 10,000 to 20,000 feet and feature different colors, including silver, white, or translucent. Now, while it has been ascertained that these objects are metallic orbs of light, here is the catch-up. Scientists have strangely observed that these objects do not have any form of thermal exhaust, which makes the force behind their propulsion a mystery to scientists. So far, however, no conclusion has been made as to whether these objects are extraterrestrial. As Sean puts it, scientists will need more data to confirm that. Number 6. Japan UFO. Japan also stands out when discussing another location where we could glimpse UFO drama. While it doesn't have as many UFO sightings as the US, their encounters and knowledge about UFOs go way back in history down to ancient times, with numerous myths, tales, and legends detailing some crazy UFO sightings that cannot be found anywhere today. Among these is the ancient folklore of the bamboo cutter, which details the story of an alien Princess C, Princess Kaguya W, who arrives in Japan in a flying saucer-shaped vessel. The princess was said to be very enchanting, but could not accept any human suitor because of her Luna lineage. The story usually talks about the existence of aliens in the rawest and strongest forms and cannot help but draw the attention of those who hear it. Now, Japan's stories of aliens do not just stop in the past, but also flow into the future. So they have an international laboratory for unidentified flying objects, inaugurated in June 2004 in the UFO Interactive Hall in Linnamachi District. The laboratory has over 3,000 exhibits that somehow connect to unidentified flying objects. The laboratory is surely a center of attraction, as over 30,000 visitors come here yearly. Number 5. Non-human biologics. Grappling for extraterrestrial life evidence, the phenomenon of non-human biologics comes into focus again. Scientists no longer deny the existence of non-human biologics, laying the foundation for an even more serious look into the matter. Here, 3 military veterans stand out to unravel the truth as they discuss long-hidden accounts about the discovery of these non-human biologics. Following this, some persons have been bold enough to share their stories as well as what they know. One of these stories is that of a former Air Force intelligence officer who talked of his knowledge of a covert government program that has been running for hundreds of years now and sorts to reverse engineer any recovered unidentified flying objects from crash sites. Surprisingly, in these crash sites, not only strange objects but also non-human biologics are recovered, providing one of the strongest evidence ever of the existence of extraterrestrial beings. As they unravel the phenomenon of non-human biologics, there's also a widespread call for people to share their encounters, allowing previously stigmatized aviators to tell their stories about UFO sightings so that investigations can be made. Following this, other military personnel spoke up to reveal their information about unidentified aircraft encounters on the field, and at this point, we have the likes of pilot Ryan Graves and Commander David Fravor sharing their various encounters with the Tic Tac and the UAP in 2014 captured off the Virginia beach, displaying strange features that are certainly not from this world. Ultimately, the progress in how the authorities handle UFO sightings is increasing. Number 4. Strange light over Texas. Talking about places where a frenzy of UFO sightings has touched, we come to Texas, where there has been a recent trend of strange light appearing in the night skies. On this particular occasion, glowing, flying orbs spread across lone skies disrupted a peaceful Sunday evening, causing an uproar among residents.
What the heck is that?
A series of witnesses, Demi Mendiola in Elsa, Texas, captured the event and shared photos of a glowing ring-like object with lights in its middle. Here, Junction HTX in Houston also features as another witness of the lights alongside a TikTok user who posted what he called an unidentified aerial phenomenon clip showing a portal opening in the sky. In a similar bizarre event, another user from Houston showed the video of a glowing ring appearing in the sky momentarily before disappearing again in an awe-striking manner. The witnesses said it was the craziest thing they had ever seen. With all of this happening on the same day, the residents quickly believed that an alien invasion was happening. However, the Federal Aviation Administration soon killed the growing excitement about the sightings by stating that the lights resulted from SpaceX rockets launched from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. These rockets were only on a transportation mission carrying Starlink satellites, which confused the residents. This explanation is in the right place, as this is not the first time for an event like this. A similar situation happened in North Texas, where satellites were also considered a UAP. Numbers 3. Phoenix Lights in 1997. While UFO encounters are mainly experienced by one or a few people, the case of Phoenix is quite different. The event occurred in 1997 when something strange suddenly appeared in the sky in Phoenix.
People were seeing these lights that either seemed to be attached to something or had a force field in between, because when they looked up,
And it happened in a way that all could see, making it impossible for even the authorities to deny it. In this particular case, the residents of the region were caught off guard. The night sky was nothing short of peaceful before a sudden outburst of lights lit up the sky for thousands to see all at once. It was an event that caused everyone to marvel, with all suspicions towing toward the possibility of a massive UFO invasion. But then again, such an invasion cannot be taken so easily, and the authorities soon stepped in to clarify the situation. According to them, the lights were caused by military flares, which is a popular explanation for this kind of phenomenon. Number 2. Roosevelt. In 1947, Roosevelt experienced something unusual regarding extraordinary phenomena such as UFO sightings. The event was more than a UFO sighting, as it transcends into being one of the biggest stories ever in the history of UFOs in Roosevelt. It was a UFO crash, a rare phenomenon that's hard to witness. The residents and witnesses of this event had taught that. Finally, the proof that everyone needed to believe in the existence of extraterrestrial life had been provided. But this was far from the case. The authorities quickly rushed to the site, picked up the debris, and dismissed the event as not a UFO crash. Ultimately, they explained it to be the case of a hot air balloon dropping to the ground, which not many people believe. Number 1. Mysterious fast radio burst. Recently, meteorologists have discovered something strange while unraveling the mystery of fast radio bursts. Fast radio burst is another dimension that comes with answers when discovering otherworldly lives hidden in the vast cosmos and other secrets that may be currently oblivious to scientists. Here, the most recent mind-blowing revelation in fast radio bursts comes from a distant galaxy, about 8 million light-years away. The burst was said to have speedily emitted so much energy in milliseconds, like the sun does every 30 years. The interesting part of this discovery is that there is no way to explain it. Some scientists believe this flash burst wave is caused by extremely magnetic dead stars known as magnetars, but it gets more interesting with other speculations. A Harvard University professor said the fast radio burst could signify alien life. Here, the benefits of this phenomenon never end, as it might be the key to many long unanswered questions about the cosmos, especially those made up of dark energy and matter, which occupies about 95% of the cosmos. We've come to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching till the end. What do you think about these sightings? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.